Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Bitcoin. Before we jump into the analysis, just want to say thank you for watching. If you're enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and why not leave us some feedback down below. Okay, so there was a few things we were looking at within this. We're still looking potentially for this move up into this red box area here. The problem is within this structure, it's starting to get very overlapping here. And we can argue that we have some bullish potential within this move here. But it is also possible that this is part of a corrective structure, which will actually look to bring us further down back into this green box. Potentially looking to target out some of these zones that we have marked up here, this 22,266. Also this area here of this 21,938. What my thinking is within this move is that potentially we still have that we can still come down and look to test this channel that we previously were contained within. So that's something I'm just being mindful of. We can also potentially look to say that we've completed here, but I don't really like the structure looking at it like that. But it is something that I am open to if we start to break down deeper. So we're just going to keep that open for now. But basically this fourth is getting quite big in relation to this wave 2 here, so I'm starting to like it less and less. So unless we actually complete it here and we got some bullish structure which is starting to develop here, basically I'm starting to lose confidence in this fifth wave playing out as it's marked. Within this though, let's have a look at the so the options that I was looking at basically within this is for the bullish count. It's quite a messy count, and that's why I'm not putting a lot of confidence in it just yet. But basically the way we'd have to look at it is that we have a 1-2 and a 1-2 here, and effectively basically within this structure what we'd have is, if I just move this over here, this move here, this yellow one, let me change it to white actually. So this white wave 1 basically would be in the form of a diagonal here. So what I'd want to see here is to find support in this zone here, this green box we have. But the second we lose this 22.5, this actually invalidates this. So like I said, I don't have a high degree of confidence in this yet. We've actually moved down into this box zone now. We've actually come back and tested this 50% area. So it is possible that we could actually look to push to the upside. And what we'd be looking for then is effectively that this move would just be a 3-wave move and wouldn't form additional structure here. It is possible that as long as it stays above this 22.5, we could see something play out like this, where we form an A, a B, and a C, and that would still be valid. And that could potentially come and look to retest some of these zones, though we have tested this previous resistance area that we're struggling to get through. So it is possible now we could actually look for this push up. What I'd want to see though for this count to be validated is to actually start to see some 5-wave structure up. And basically what I'd want to see from this is, let me just get it in the right place. I've got it to the wrong height there. So obviously this is, if we do come down further here, it basically would change this mark slightly. I pulled this off the 618 earlier, so off of the current structure, basically a move above this 2369.07. If we move above this 2369.07, this would then make me think that this is what's playing out within this structure, where we get this as a diagonal for wave 1 of 3, and then we have this as 1, 2, looking for that 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and then we would be still expecting this additional 4th and a 5th here, so this green one. So we need to just give it a bit of time and see exactly how this plays out, because the alternative is that we fail to develop impulsively to the upside here, and that this is actually just a corrective structure within this mess. So we just need to be careful, because the problem is there's a couple of ways we can look at this. So we can look at this as a W, X, or an ABC rather, down into here. Then this could be a W, X, and then a Y, or an ABC, depending on how you want to count it. You can count this as a diagonal to complete the move, and then that would be an ABC. or you can just count it as a W, X, and a Y, and then it's just a more complex move within this. It is possible that there is another leg up here where this could move to this zone here. Yeah, that's how I was looking at it, from there to there. So it is also possible that within this structure we could have this as a connector wave here, and then we have one more push up towards this 23,333.7 zone, and then look to break down for this move. But yes, it's starting to get quite overlapping, and within this move, what I'd want to see for this bullish structure is actually to maintain these zones. So if we lose this 22.5 and we lose this 22.29, we have a possibility that we could find support again in this box area, or potentially on the channel line shown here, which is, I mean, roughly at the 22,000 zone. And then we could look to push up from there in a 5-wave move. Still looking for this yellow fifth basically. But what we also need to be aware of is that if we do complete this, we're looking for a deeper 4th wave. So it seems to me that it's towards the end of its move here, and that 4th wave would potentially be looking to bring us back down into this 21.4 area towards this 20,344. So somewhere within that zone would be a typical area that we could look. At a maximum, we would want to come down to this 19,489. If we do start to break down below that level, it would start to become likely that we have a different structure playing out here, where either the only other way I could explain it at that point would be that either this is just a corrective structure and we're going to break down, or alternatively there could be an additional 1, 2, and then it looks to break to the upside. So we just got to be careful, because basically within this move, once it does break down, we are looking for that deeper retracement. So it's possible that we could look to move down deeper into these zones. So yeah, I mean, the bullish count's looking at this, and basically this is our support zone that we can't lose. Losing any of these lows would invalidate this and would actually make me switch over to this other count which we were looking at here. So basically looking at this whole move as a corrective structure. This B wave can technically push higher, like I said, to that 23,333, and that would be looking for this potentially then to move down slightly higher than the C wave, but off of the current structure from this high point here, effectively the 1-to-1 would take us down towards this 21,121.5. So if we do start to break down here, it is possible that we could look for this continuation to the downside. So that's what we just got to be careful within this. With the way this move is forming, we also have to be, so we need to keep an eye on this 23,162. Because what might play out here is we could form something like this, where we have a 1, 2, all of this becomes a 3, we come up for a 4 and a 5, push down, we come back up, fail to break back above this point, and then actually start to break down in a bigger 5-wave move. So that could look to bring us deeper into this zone, or potentially retest these channel lines like we were talking about. So it's quite an important zone, I think, this 23,162. If we don't manage to break up above that, we need to be aware that we could be within a C wave here. And like I said, that C wave 1-to-1 is this 22,122.555. So basically that could then actually push us down into the C wave. However, for as long as we hold these lows, there is still that potential that we could see this rally to the upside here. So we got to just bear that in mind. The target area is still the same, this 2460 to this 23,629. So that's what I'm looking out for at the moment. If this does start to break down, then it would indicate to me that either we're within the C wave, or potentially there is another structure going on within here. But the problem is we have this overlap here. We can argue there's a 5-wave move here, but it's quite messy. It would have to have had an extension in the 5th wave as a 1, 2, 3, 4. We cross though. It would have to then be the only way this would make sense is if it was a diagonal, then as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then basically if we're looking for a bigger breakdown, we'd only really get confirmation of an impulsive structure by moving down much lower towards this zone of this 21,458. So if we do start breaking down much deeper, then it is possible that within this structure here we can potentially look at this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 as a diagonal pattern. Though it's not my primary count, but it's something we've got to just keep an eye on. If we do break down deeper, and like I said, start heading towards this 1.618 area, pressing this 21,458, then it is possible that within this structure we have a bigger 5-wave move playing out, where this is a 1, 2, 3, we come back up 4 and a 5, then come back up for a B wave. The thing is, within this, if we did get a 5-wave move to the downside, we would be expecting a zigzag. And yeah, I mean, that could take us deeper into this 4th wave zone like we're talking about, and then we would just have to say that this 3rd wave is actually completed into here, and we'd have to just check our count within here and sort of adjust it. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel or you're watching and you haven't subscribed, you might as well hit it. Turn on those bell notifications so you're kept up to date with all the latest content. Also in the description below, you'll find a link to the Discord. Why not come check it out? It's free to join. Once you're in the general chat area, just mention a member of staff. We'll be happy to help you out with anything you may need. Okay, so we're going to leave it there. I hope everyone has a great day, and we'll see each other in the next video. Take care out there, everybody.